I'd like to invite our panelists on stage, and then we're going to do little introductions and we're going to discuss very interesting things. Please welcome everybody.
And I would also add that from the perspective of an energy player who has as a vision improving people's lives, I would say that smart city is about the democratization of energy, bringing the independence both to the city and to its citizens. Whether we are talking about smart grids, which would be the internet of energy, or if we are talking about smart customer solutions, making the transition towards the prosumer world, where we're talking about self-independence, where we're talking about photovoltaic solutions, we're talking about e-mobility, where we are talking about solar and all the other solutions that we're bringing into the smart city.
Mm-hmm. So, how should the citizen, who's the end user of the smart city, how should the citizen be involved in the decision making? Any ideas?
I think we are going to be at the end of representative democracy. Maybe sounds tough, but you know why? Because the people do not want anymore to be consulted just once at 4 years or once at 4 years when they vote, and after that they have a parliament, a president, or prime minister, or so on. No, they want to be part of the decision every day, every month, every week, every year.
Yes.
So from that perspective, we are moving from representative democracy to participatory democracy. And here is the smart city concept, here is the technology. Yeah. And we in the city, for the very first time in our country, implemented participatory budgeting process. And we use this process online.
Right.
So as a form of respect to our citizens, we say, look, you pay your taxes, thank you. We offer you a possibility, some part of the money, you decide in the budget how should be spent. And it was a very successful program so far. And you can see in the city the bus school program, which was implemented due to the vote of the citizens. Other programs, very, very efficient in day-to-day life.
Yes.
So from that perspective, look, technology is changing even how we can approach the political component of our life, being more present in the decision of our city than was before.
And just to add, coming from a business perspective here, I cannot emphasize enough on the power of customer insights. What we are using in the industry, it's really involving the customer from the very beginning when developing a new product. Going through repetitive iterations, co-creating with customers. I could only say that this should definitely happen at the level of the citizen as well, because in the end, the citizen is a customer after all, whether we're looking from a different lens through it. Just to give an example from the industry, and we are here today with the Future Energy Home. This is a solution that we brought to life by involving thousands of customers from the very early stage of the product development, whether we're talking about e-mobility, whether we're talking about apps, whether we're talking about energy management systems. So when you do listen to the customer, or the citizen in this case, there's only value that can be brought in.
Very good, very good. And then, of course, when we talk about collaboration between private and public sector, there's some challenges raising. Maybe some things are slow, or you hit a wall sometimes. is there something from the private side that could be maybe improved or smoothened? Do you have any good stories where it went really smooth and well, or maybe some of those little bit rougher ideas where you actually hit the wall and couldn't go further? Anything come in mind?
Well, I would say that what we all have to understand is that we are in a transition period. We are in a learning phase. We all need to learn in order to build this new ecosystem that we want to really create and live in. And an ecosystem cannot be built just by one player. It has to be a participative process. It has to bring together all the involved parties. I would make an analogy again with the corporate world because that's where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. But I would say that whenever we develop a product, we also need legal, we need regulation, we need marketing, sales, whatever. So that's the sort of participation that we need also at a larger scale. What I would mention from an E.ON perspective is how we can shape the future, bringing an example that we have with our project Next E, which is we are part of a consortium, of a European one, that brought the largest amount of EU funds for e-mobility into Romania. And I have to say that I'm proud, we are now having 12 public infrastructure charging stations, marking basically the first electric highway of Romania. By the end of August, we will finish the connection between Târgu Mureș and Iași, basically connecting Transylvania and Moldova. We do continue towards Bucharest and then towards Constanța. Of course, in this consortium, it's not only energy companies, we're talking about automotive players, and definitely in order to be able to do such a large-scale public infrastructure project, we needed the support of local authorities. Yes, it's not always very fast, but as I said, we need to learn from this. We are at the beginning of this new world that we are creating, and we all need to learn our lessons and to adapt really fast.